I don't have friends. I got family.
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 Family?
Family. Family.
Your family.
There's all kinds of family, Brian.
Disrespecting my whole family.
Now you found your family with these drift nuts.
Sinhan was family.
Bow Wow.
I'm so sorry that you ripped my family apart. Family?
Okay, Mia.
Look at our family now.
I already lost my family once.
Family just got bigger. There's always room for family.
There's always room for family, y'all.
I know you guys are a family, so I'm offering you
The
a
Rock
chance
said
right
it
now
too.
to make that family whole again.
You want to make this family whole again?
You don't turn your back on family.
The code is about family. That's the only way you're gonna keep your family safe.
He said it twice in the same sentence.
This is your family. This is my family.
Thank you for the little angel, newest addition to our family.
Okay, Tyrese.
Family.
Hosting his family in the Dominican Republic.
Everybody had to
That
get
is
in on the
vacation.
family.
Everyone,
That's probably a requirement.
Never should have messed
Everyone
with
needs to say family at least one time.
You
Even Mr.
and your
Nobody.
family. Don't go to any more funerals.
Han was my family too.
But what's
He was
real
our family also.
is family.
His family.
Your family. I don't have friends. I got family.
It's almost done. Like, goodness.
about family. We've only got one chance to make
Did they count up how many times this happened?
Turn your back on family.
There's no counter. Oh,
Salute
God.
me, familia.
Shout out. Oh, he even did it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Familia.
Shout out Insider for that 1 minute, 48 second family clip of Fast and the Furious.
Speaking of family, what is good, y'all? My name is A Sincere, Young Cinny, Uncle Cinny. How y'all doing?
Cousin Norik.
Yeah, Cousin Norik, and then
Yeah.
Compa Skywalker.
Compa, yeah.
Compa Skywalker, Compa Mike.
I'm the Nino.
Nino Skywalker. Yeah, it was good, y'all. If you guys have not caught on to the theme, the
It's
theme's
a family
it's a
episode.
family
It's
episode.
Family
Family
matters.
podcast
right now.
Anything for family. Tons
Speaking
of
of our
memes.
family, we have the Productive Culture family that is powering our podcast.
They power this family.
Yes, they power this family.
Yeah.
They're the backbone of this family, helping empower us for this episode.
Yeah. So this episode is sponsored by family.
Amen.
Amen. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't got the gist of it, we are going to be talking about Fast 9. And not only Fast 9.
We will be talking about the whole Fast universe.
The whole Fast universe, the whole enchilada.
All the way up till now.
Yeah, all the way up until now, which is, you know what?
It's a lot, man.
You know what? Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Let's go, Vin Diesel.
That is a long time.
Throughout this whole episode, you're going to hear me be really excited about the first films. And then as we
It's
get towards
been
the end.
20 years for this franchise. This year has been 20 years. So,
Wow.
Yeah, since 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. It honestly, like, it is pretty crazy that they've done this. I think that it will go down as like one of the longest running franchises in movie history, you know?
Well, I guess Marvel kind of has that beat. But I guess for the one story.
Yeah, for like
yeah.
one story, one group of actors for the most part. Because I think X-Men had that for a little while, or specifically Hugh Jackman, like as like a character that was a character for a certain amount of time. But Vin Diesel's been Dominic Toretto for 20 years. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's been through its like bumps and trials and tribulations with certain people, you know, actually being lost in real life and, you know, just differences in beef in, you know, and just not even that, just differences in storyline. Like, oh, I want to do spinoffs, but it's like, oh, we want to do the actual story of the actual characters.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, it's been through the wire, and, you know, it's still here somehow, it's still on top, and somehow we still might get another one alongside other spinoffs as well.
Vin Diesel has said that that him and Paul Walker agreed on doing 10 of these Fast and Furious movies.
When did they decide
But did Paul
this?
Walker
They're
decide?
probably like drunk, just laughing, talking about the
Because-
money that they're making. They're like, we can do like 10 of these. And they were
Yeah.
like, let's do it.
Because I heard a
It's also
rumor
facts.
that Vin Diesel did not like to do sequels, which is the reason why he wasn't in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Gotcha.
And the reason, well, I guess he kind of was in Tokyo Drift, but the reason why he wasn't all in Tokyo Drift,
Yeah.
you know, so I guess he kind of was like, hey, actually, this is still going. Like, I'll come back for 4, you know?
Well, yeah.
So
I mean,
was it like 4 when they decided, like, oh, let's hit 10, you know? Because it wasn't in the first movie.
Yeah. It was probably, I would say it was probably 4. You know, I bet the studio, like, Vin Diesel was being probably like a little bit of a diva with them wanting to do a second one. He's like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Paul
They figured
Walker
it
was
out.
like, well, shoot, the only thing I'm really known for other than Fast and Furious is like, what was that one, the sledding movie that he did with like the dogs?
No idea.
I think it's like,
A
it's not
Snow
Snow
Dogs?
Dogs. It's not
No.
Snow Dogs because that's
That's all I
Cuba Gooding
thought.
Jr. But it's like one of those movies that he did. And, you know, so he was like, yo, I'm down. Too Fast, Too Furious. You know, at least they take one person, they kind of take this narrative. But definitely after the third movie, and I forgot, do we have a year of when the third movie came out? Because I could imagine that it's right when
The third movie, as in Tokyo Drift?
as in Tokyo Drift.
2006.
2006. Okay, so after Tokyo Drift, you know, they thought that the franchise was going to be dead. But then you have Iron Man that comes
thought so.
out in 2008, right? And I think that Vin Diesel was like, hold on, wait a minute. If they're going to start doing a multi-film franchise that spans all of this stuff, we need to create a story for Fast and Furious and bring everybody back and kick it off.
I mean, it's been original. I mean, you know, what other movies do you know that incorporate cars as
Cars.
well as they do?
Cars.
I mean, cars in that
Nah.
fashion, or it's just like James Bond movies, really, who had like a car that was like
A car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that had a car that was really looked
Or
at
a
as
vehicle,
being,
you know?
it was being
Because the
something
thing
special.
with Fast and the Furious universe that it's turned into is just like super spy, like super vehicle, you know, just crazy technology like that huge
Yeah.
magnet or
When it was just like, you know, JDM.
yeah,
Like, you know what I
crazy
mean? Like-
jets, like you can fly off a mountain and get picked up by a jet somehow. And
When they were just driving Hondas
yeah,
with
they were
neon
just
on the
boosting
bottom before.
Hondas
Yeah.
and
Hondas?
Hondas
Hit the
forever.
Yeah, I don't know about
I was
that.
gonna- I was gonna hit a different one, but
But even if you mess up, it's okay.
yeah, no, it's cool. I was gonna hit this one.
Yes, that is.
Shout out to Drax.
You know, we got to have a good
I mean,
sincere joke.
technically, Vin Diesel is in Guardians, so it kind of fits.
that is
That is
what
true.
the
Yeah, he's-
heck? I
yeah.
just forgot about that.
He's Groot, man.
The fact that you tied that in, like he knows he's in the
Yeah.
MCU universe. He got the insider. He's like, oh, I see how y'all doing this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this with
I'm
my
gonna do
universe.
it. Yes, exactly. So this episode, we just wanted to not only does Fast 9 come out, we wanted to talk a little bit about the movie, but we also wanted to do a brief kind of synopsis about where it started and where we're at to get us prepared for the next movie that's going to come out. And I'm sure when that comes out, we'll do an even bigger episode really detailing everything that went into this. But we're here. We have Fast 9. It is out right now. And they are no longer boosting Hondas. They are going into space.
They're
They
boosting,
are- What are they boosting? What were you
themselves
gonna
into
say?
space.
I knew you were going to say
Themselves
something.
into space. Pontiacs in space.
Pontiac Fieros in space. Just all kinds of armored cars. Vin Diesel is a superhero and invincible. Basically, the F9 has solidified that they are invincible.
The thing that I really liked about this movie is that they acknowledged how ridiculous they are.
They finally
in the
did
movie.
it. Yeah, they finally did it.
And that kind of in doing that, kind of like, okay, like this movie is cool. You know?
Self-awareness.
Yeah, it's
Once
like,
you're
that's kinda
self-aware and
cool.
once you're honest, it's like, okay.
And they had the character that's usually like, I guess, because he kind of has weird ideas or just has a weird thought process, kind of mention it, like
the comic relief.
Yeah, and it's kind of perfect for that, because if it was like Ludacris or Vin Diesel that said that, it's kind of weird. But they had the perfect person point it out.
Vin Diesel knows, but he'll never acknowledge it.
Yeah, he'll never acknowledge it.
You need Rome to acknowledge it because it shows like it's cool because it shows like a maturity. Because when you think about when he started in Too Fast, Too Furious, he was like, all of this is some bullshit. Yeah. And then now he's like matured to the point where he's like, we're actually invincible. Like we've done all kinds of things that are just outrageous and ridiculous. Yeah. And we haven't been hurt. And that kicks off with Fast 9 with him
poking a stick at themselves, man.
I mean, it's perfect.
They have to now.
They even mentioned when The Rock and Vin Diesel were fighting, he's like, we're over here punching through walls. And I was like, damn, he's pretty much talking about Fast 5. I think that's Fast 5 when they're fighting in the garage. But
I mean, in Fast 9, you have them running away from a government militia that has about 14 highly trained military agents shooting at Rome from a vantage point of like height. So they have the drop on them.
They have the high ground.
And they have the high ground, thank you. And they miss. All of them miss. And Rome turns into a sharpshooter at that point, which we don't know if he's had any military training at all. We don't know anything about that. As far as we know, he's a guy from Barstow that didn't want to go back. What
more do you want from me?
Well, he showed us, and he went and eliminated that entire military, convoy, I guess, and.
I love
it's our first indication. That was what proved it to me. I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna just poke fun of this whole thing now. It's gone off the rails. Like they realize it's gone off the rails, and they're gonna just lean into it.
And they did it so effortlessly. I didn't expect them to point that out because I kind of already knew this was going in a direction where they're kind of superhuman. I think I remember seeing a video like, who's the strongest in the Fast universe? And Idris Elba was in there because he had like the weird like eye where you can like, I don't know, it'll pretty much tell you what's going on.
He was like a cyborg.
Yeah, he was like a cyborg. So it's like, and then Rock was like second, and then Vin Diesel was third or something. I was like, damn, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
If this is even a thing. Like this universe has gone on for so long. There's theories for things that not even Vin Diesel probably thought about, He's just going along with it. He's like, people still want it. We're going to pump him out.
Yeah. Right.
Which I want to go back to pretty much Too Fast, Too Furious, where he's not in it, but it's Tyree Gibson and
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker and Ludacris.
And Ludacris, yeah.
And somehow they managed to stick.
Jin. Shout out to Jin.
Yeah. And they just managed to
I forgot Jin was in it.
They just managed to stick throughout all these movies, for some
one of
reason.
like the running tropes were we got to have a hip hop star in the movie, like or a musician in the movie somewhere. In the first movie we got Ja Rule with his just iconic Monica,
where he lost.
Let's go, Menage.
Too early.
Oh God,
he hit the Nas too early.
So we had him, and then in the second movie we got Tyrese. And we got Ludacris, and we got Jin. So like they upped it a little bit of like having,
Not only that, but John Singleton directed the second one,
which is fire. I still think the second one is still like in my top favorite.
I have a theory
about
visually pleasing. Too Fast, Too Furious. Out of the whole, universe, that one's probably the most, redundant movie. Like it doesn't really tie into any of the story that's actually going on, other than the characters that come with it.
Yeah, it was definitely separate.
That one feels like it's standalone one because everything else is legit tied into Fast 9.
Tokyo Drift kind of is, but not really.
Yeah, mostly it's because of Han. Han is huge for the universe.
Exactly. They tied in Tokyo Drift because of Han, but they haven't brought Jin back. They didn't really bring Suki back, as far as I know. I could be missing a cameo.
They never brought back Eva Mendes.
They brought her back just to talk to The Rock's character, but they didn't like include her in like what was going on like they did before. And that other Billups or whatever, and like the other cop, like they haven't included them. which, you know, O'Connor used to work for him before they brought in this new FBI agent that's doing favors for everybody now.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think Too Fast, Too Furious kind of stands alone, and it doesn't have to, because like the villain said that he was going to be back and he was going to get out, and like I thought that they were gonna move with that, but they didn't.
Yeah, they're on bigger things now. He don't even matter anymore,
to be honest.
Unless I feel like he could have come out and been John Cena's character in this movie, but they wanted to tie it a little bit more with family.
Keep it with family.
Yeah, I would
They
say
wanna keep it with
family.
Yeah, this is about family, guys.
It's all about family.
So Too Fast, Too Furious.
But the thing is, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
And
I like it.
I actually forgot I was gonna bring something today. I was gonna have it on the table right here for you viewers watching. I have a book of Too Fast, Too Furious. And
really?
Pretty much talking about all the behind the scenes, showing all the cars, how they shot it.
I mean, that scene where all the cars rolled out of the garage is iconic, bro.
Probably my favorite out of the whole universe.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the story, but it's still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. That one's like a fan movie. Like, here's what you guys wanted. Just cars, everything, cars.
Yeah.
And then they kind of started, you know, Tokyo Drift kind of was about cars as well, but the whole Han thing kind of,
and just like the gimmick of drifting, you know, it was right when drifting started to get popular. I think that they made a right move for going to Japan with their third movie. I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I think that's awesome. With the second, you can kind of see as the movies go how a little bit of ridiculousness gets like implemented.
Right.
So like you have the first movie, right, where they're driving these Hondas under the semi trucks, which I don't know about you guys, but every time after I saw that, every semi truck I would pass,
like,
I would look under it. Yeah.
Can I fit under this?
You're not gonna.
Am I gonna get stuck? Am I gonna get stuck under this?
And you see that little bar that's like right there. That's like, oh, that'll just destroy
in the movie,
me, bro.
They lifted it up, or I don't know what
For
the
sure.
hell they did.
And Vince almost got shot by the shotgun. Like that was it.
Yeah.
That was the time where they were like, okay, he should have been killed a long time ago, but the guy just kept missing. And it was like, okay, well, it's a little ridiculous. Like, let's have him jump on the hood of the car and the car will protect him. Like, all right, for sure. Then you got Too Fast, Too Furious, and you have this little like EMP thing that's in the car where if you press the gas too much, it slows you down, but you have this entire cop situation after you, and then they outwit the cops, which wouldn't have happened in that way at all. Right. And then you have the ejectocito, which doesn't work with Nas. So they were like, okay, we're getting a little bit more ridiculous, right? Then they have Tokyo Drift.
That's a little bit ridiculous.
It's a little bit, you know, they're kind of...
It's not too bad. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we can get away with that, right? And then you have Tokyo Drift, where I personally think it's probably the most comprehensive Fast and Furious, like where it makes sense. All of the things that happened within Tokyo Drift would be things that would happen within a beef and within high school.
Within a military brat.
Yeah, that whole thing. I just think that the opening scene was ridiculous. Like them driving through a home development. Like that was just nuts. Like, first of all.
Oh, well.
So that was their, I think, ridiculous part of it, of course, and then Bow Wow just being Bow Wow, and he's ridiculous.
No, bro, the most ridiculous part is Bow Wow shows his car.
Man, that Hulk.
That was pretty cool. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Sounds like a thing Skywalker would like.
It's Japan. Like anything goes in Japan like that.
I guess. So then you had that, and then you start getting to the actual story of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious is number 4.
And I think
that Hulk, isn't it?
That's kind of like where the ridiculous starts. Like you have Letty dying, but not really dying. There's like an explosion.
If you don't see a body, they're not dead.
They're not
confirmed.
Dead. Yeah.
Like you got to see them getting put into the ground in a funeral type way. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, no, they're still alive. They'll be back.
And then you had like this secret cave through Mexico that they were like driving through.
Oh, I do remember that.
And you know, you have Brian O'Connor being able, like, getting put into federal prison and then escaping out of federal prison without having any clue on how to do that. So that was a little bit outrageous, a little ridiculous.
It really
But-
started to push it in Fast Five
Exactly.
with the superhuman strength,
Right.
fighting
Yes.
through walls.
Well,
and-
because they had The Rock.
yeah,
They were like, we have to make him stronger than Vin Diesel, and they're gonna have their thing, and then you have this safe that it was like a heist movie, which I liked. I liked.
it's one of
Fast
my
Five.
favorites.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
Yeah, I
probably
like
one of
that.
my
Yeah, the
favorites.
fact that it was a heist made it a little bit cooler.
And then
Yeah.
the soundtrack added to it, and then the location was, just so much for that movie made it probably
The soundtrack was really dope.
Like
That was a really good.
I think
soundtrack.
if Fast Five wasn't as popular, we wouldn't have got the rest of the universe.
I agree.
Yeah, because
I
that one
Fast
Universal
Five was Avengers 1.
yeah, Universal was like, oh, this is a hit.
Yeah.
We can do
Let's
this
see.
formula again.
Because they brought everybody. They brought everybody in Fast Five. It took place like you had Brian, you had Rome, you had
Han.
Ludacris, you had Han, you had the Hispanic brother Santos, and I forgot what the other guy's name
the
is.
guy's name.
And then
I'll look it up.
you have like Letty, and it's just like it's perfect for that.
The intro
Or actually,
song-
wait, no, I don't think Letty was in 5. You had Gal Gadot that
Gal
came.
Gadot.
Gal
I mean,
Gadot.
in almost every Fast and the Furious movie, we get like some iconic type song,
Yeah.
In Tokyo Drift.
I still think the Tokyo Drift songs are the best.
Nah, bro.
But the Teriyaki Boys?
I mean, it's fire, but the one from 5 is the best though. Like it's classic.
gosh.
Hey.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. This shit slaps.
It's hard, but the one from 5 is crazy. And I don't like it's that Spanish song that they do. Like
the
that
end.
was that one was hard.
But also,
was
the end of
hard.
Tokyo Drift has that song Vin Diesel's playing. Well,
What's the song?
I'll see if I can find it.
The one that Vin Diesel's playing?
Yeah, he's playing in his car while Sean is like driving up.
Oh yeah. That one's hard too. That one's hard also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing with this universe, I guess, I can keep saying I'm
We
surprised.
have to go into how increasingly ridiculous it gets
Yeah.
after 5.
After
because-
5, they're like, all right, we've already done this. I feel like the more popular the movies got, the bigger the budget got. And they're like, whoa, let's put it to CGI. Let's put it to practical effects.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I like that they do a lot more practical effects than CGI. Obviously, there's some CGI, but there's a lot of practical effects that I really enjoy from these movies.
This is really like I do equate it to the Marvel universe. Like I know that that's like a funny thing to equate it to, but I think that 5 really is Avengers 1. Like it even ends the same where they all kind of go their own separate ways and like, they're expunged from the thing. They're accepted as this group that can do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the next movie where they have an evil version of that group. And then Letty comes back to life, or Letty's a part of that group. So then you have this whole story. And then they take it in a completely different direction where they kind of figure out how do we incorporate what happened in Tokyo Drift to this entire story.
Yeah.
And we get a recreation of the scene from Tokyo Drift where Han is killed. And we find out that it is done by none other than Jason Statham, who has now been introduced into the franchise as the brother of the antagonist that was in Fast 6. I forgot his name. It's not. I always get it
Like
confused.
Decker
but-
Shaw, isn't it? in the
No,
movie?
well, that Owen Shaw is
Owen
the
Shaw.
name of the one in name of the character. I forgot the actor's name.
The actor looks like Antonio Banderas type character.
Yeah, it's like he kind of.
Also,
looks
I
like
just wanna say that-
he's great though. I hope that they cast him. He's like Antonio Banderas and Cillian Murphy kind of put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the song I was talking about, by the way, at the end of Tokyo Drift was Bandoleros. Do you know a song?
No, I don't know the song.
It's Luke Evans.
Oh,
It's
Luke
Owen
Evans, that's
Shaw.
right.
Like when he's like
Oh,
driving
yeah,
up
yeah.
and it's like, Vin
Oh,
Diesel's at the
yes.
back.
That's the one in
yes.
all the TikTok ones where people
Yeah.
like squat down with them in the picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
God.
song
bro,
is
the
fire.
song is
though.
hard, bro.
Yeah, the song is fire. The song is fire. It is fire. But yeah, it starts getting crazy, and then they have to
incorporate everything back.
Yeah, incorporate it back, and
Not
now
only-
they're after Deckard Shaw, and they get introduced to like his mother, and they're lifting a car now because now it's like Furious 7, and this actually is where tragedy strikes, and unfortunately, Paul Walker, who played Brian O'Connor, and he died in a crazy crash. A car crash, nonetheless, which made it hit home even more.
I mean, what sucks is he wasn't even driving because if he was driving, that wouldn't have happened.
I mean, it's like this fantasy and reality thing that kind of comes together because even with that, like I don't know how good of a driver he was regularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he always talked about driving safely and that. He would always make these messages like, we do this on a controlled set, like don't try this at home type thing. But when that whole accident happened, it was for like a charity event. So one of the guys wanted to drive the car with Paul Walker in it. And the guy just lost control and that was it.
It was really horrible. It was one of those moments that because of the pop culture of Fast and Furious and where they were at in the franchise, it was really starting to be a really household. Didn't matter if you were into cars or not. You just really resonated with the story that was being told. And to have that tragedy strike before the movie was finished was just so heartbreaking and horrible. And it really changed the trajectory of what they were trying to do and what they were trying to accomplish. And, with some movie magic and the aid of Paul Walker's brother, who finished out some of the scenes.
Luckily, looked a little bit like him.
Looked a little bit like him. Looked enough like him that they can map Paul Walker's face to him and like finish out the movie. And then they had probably one of the best like tributes that we've probably seen in a movie ever.
Without killing him off, by the way.
Without killing him off because he's still alive. He just is out of the game.
It's crazy when movies do that. It's so difficult. It's like, like how are you going to keep this charade going? Like it's kind of like you're kind of digging yourself in a hole, but you kind of have to keep going around so that way you don't
to really figure it out. And so far, they kind of have. I think that they kind of, with the end of Furious 7, and shout out to Wiz Khalifa because he probably has like one of the most like "See You Again" and
I just want to
probably
say,
one of the most popular songs.
Shout out Charlie Puth, man, because
and Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth put that together, and then I think the story goes that Charlie Puth sent it to Universal or somebody that worked at the label that put it out, and then somehow it got to Wiz, and then Wiz was like, "I'm down."
That's probably one of the best decisions Wiz Khalifa has ever made.
Oh,
and,
bro.
And I bet that he's like says that.
That's a bag for life.
Yeah. That's life. It's a life bag. Like, it's crazy. So, shout out to both of them for doing that. And then they come up with Fate of the Furious, which I think narratively speaking, like as ridiculous as it is because they have Vin Diesel actually being the villain in this movie. I think narratively it was kind of like how to express how you were feeling that Furious 7, like everything that happened over there. It's like we're in a dark space right now. Like this is like dark. So to me, that's Civil War. Within what we're doing.
They had a flip. They literally flipped it from the inside.
Yeah, Furious 7 was Age of Ultron to me, and then you have Fate, which is Civil War, and it's like, oh my goodness, all of this like happened. They had to flip it. They changed it. Someone close to Dom was killed. There was a baby involved. We got introduced to Charlize Theron, who is playing the major villain. Her name is Cypher, and she's like this crazy hacker. And this is where it really gets into the nonsense. Like Furious 7 was a little bit of nonsense because you have cars driving into buildings and different things like that. But at least they were like looking for like a specialty car that was gonna like do something. But Fate of the Furious is when they started having jets and they had submarines and they had cars parachuting down, and it was just full on out of control. We're gonna just turn this up to the maximum.
The budget went crazy after that.
It went nuts. And then Fast 9 was supposed to come pretty relatively quickly after that, but then the pandemic hit, before that happened, Hobbs and Shaw happened, and that's where the beef happened between,
which we don't speak of.
Yeah, right.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Between The Rock and Tyrese.
The Rock and Tyrese was upset because he felt that with The Rock's rising stardom and making decisions for the Fast franchise, because he can just say like, all right, like I run this now because I'm The Rock and I'm the highest paid actor and everyone comes to see me.
Yep.
That he was taking money away from Tyrese, who is relying on the Fast franchise,
at this point,
from
The Rock
as far as new money is concerned. Yeah.
Tyrese is...
The Rock did not need this franchise, but he really came up. He's really all over the place. But yeah, like, it's weird, like, that he's just like, all right, I'm in here now, so we're going to do things my way. But it's like, Vin Diesel's also like, well, actually, bro, we've been doing this since the beginning, so you can just step aside. Maybe when we finish, we can give it to you and you do whatever you want with it.
Exactly.
Which is funny because right before that beef happened, at the end, I think Fate of the Furious, when he was like, "Oh, watch out for like whatever," like making fun of The Rock as he's walking into the house, and he's like, "Watch out for that big ass forehead."
Oh yeah, and there was like a natural like
that was like an actual like response.
Yeah.
And Ludacris actually spit taked.
And it was just like. They had this beef, and I think that honestly, out of respect, first of all, it wouldn't have happened if Paul Walker was still alive,
right?
But also,
all these movies would have been way.
It would have been way different because
probably would have never got The Rock.
Well, we got The Rock in 5 and 6,
I guess,
he was there, but I just don't think that
is true.
He would have had a spinoff so soon without without Paul Walker being alive, and then I also think that the conversation just went to. Rock, if you start taking this elsewhere, then we can't finish what we started with Paul Walker.
As a
and
family.
We want to finish. You took the words right out of my mouth. And, we want to finish that as a family. So, he's just kind of like, okay, we're going to do this one movie so I can get this bag because we already talked about it. And Jason Statham is down and I got Idris Elba. So, like, we're going to run that. But after that.
Like, come on, bro. I already asked Idris.
Yeah. I already got Idris on. Come on. So they did that, and then we finally got Fast 9, and Fast 9 gives us honestly like a really cool backstory of Dom and his brother we never knew that he had.
Like the storytelling in this movie.
I like that they used actors that kind of looked like them but weren't actually them.
And had deep voice like Dom as well.
Yeah, it was great. I hope that actor doesn't get. Like, I hope that's not his only role is like, oh, yeah, I just played Dom when he's younger. Yeah,
that's a flex, though. Like, oh, you're an actor? I was an actor. What were you in? I was Dominic Toretto.
In Fast 9.
You're not Vin Diesel? I was young Dominic Toretto.
Oh, you didn't watch Fast 9, huh? I think this movie, it's weird because it's like the total opposite of what I thought about Black Widow. Like, because people already knew this franchise was ridiculous and, it got delayed. So people were like, whatever, this movie's going to suck anyways. Like, it wasn't that bad. As people were talking about it, like, oh, this movie's going to be bad. And I feel like because everybody thought it was going to be bad, the expectations were low. As opposed to Black Widow, everybody thought it was going to be really good because the MCU, the expectations just kept going up. So it's like, Fast and the Furious or Fast 9 just went down and it almost got shoved under the rug and then it came out and then I thought I enjoyed it watching it, even the ridiculousness. What I can compare Fast 9 to is Mission Impossible. I feel like that's what it's become.
Yeah.
Just crazy, literally impossible stuff that they're pulling off and getting away with and surviving in the end for another movie.
It's gotten out of control. Vin Diesel is single-handedly fighting off 20 armed guys.
50. It was 50.
50 armed guys that are military
best
trained.
50 people that we got on the payroll.
And yanking down, like, with chains, cement and medal, like just with
I
pure
loved
strength
it.
for
I
his
loved
family.
it.
It's crazy. And
F is for family.
I mean, the best thing that this franchise could have done is use the character of Rome to be the audience. Now he is the audience's idea of just being like, what are you talking about? We're going to space. Like, we're not about to go to space. Like, this is crazy. And Vin Diesel's there in all seriousness, doesn't break character. Like, that's exactly what we're going to do.
He's like, that's a good idea.
Exactly,
He's like, God damn. Why
did I think of that sooner?
And it's just great. Now it makes it enjoyable because they were taking themselves too seriously with 6, 7, and 8. And it was getting to the point where people were like, all right, yo, I'm done with you guys. Like, especially with 8, they were like, I am done. This is you guys are ridiculous. And then now they're like, yeah, we're ridiculous. And then all of a sudden people are like,
but now we admit it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait, so you know that you're ridiculous?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna watch it. So now I'm excited because I liked it. Like it was cool for what it was and for the story. Like I'm invested in the Fast franchise.
Yeah.
So
it reinvigorated, just my love, I guess, for the early Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of the Fast and Furious movies on HBO Max. So it's kind of like people are going to go see it on HBO Max and then they go see Fast 9 and it's like, oh, I just saw that in the first Fast and the Furious movie. Oh, I just saw Tokyo Drift. So it's like, you just start connecting all these pieces. Like after the movie, I went to go get a drink with my friend and we were just talking about, the whole timeline and how everything takes place and, how Han didn't really die and that he's been a secret agent since after Fast 5 pretty much for Mr. Nobody. And, it was just cool to see it all tied up and the loose ends.
Yeah.
It's like there's really no questions that I think I have left for this movie.
I mean, no questions that they're going to explain or that they're going to answer. I mean, like they're just not there. The explanation is the answer. Yeah. Han, we used like some hologram.
Yeah.
End of story. Don't ask a question again.
Yeah.
It's a cool magic trick.
Yeah. It's just,
Mr. Nobody.
With the introduction of Kurt Russell as Mr. Nobody, which, he's also in a Marvel film. So like, it's just funny how it crosses over with Marvel so much, even though it's Universal.
Well, yeah, bro, the Hulk was in Tokyo Drift.
Oh my God.
I mean, there you go. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Next thing you know, we're gonna see Bow Wow and
he's Ant-Man basically.
Moon Knight.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna see him.
He's Ant-Man basically.
They're gonna replace T.I. with Bow Wow. And
my God,
Lucas Black. No, it's just wild, man. It's wild that we've been on this journey, and like John Cena is the new introduction to this film. He did
a good job.
And I think he did a good job as well. I think he fits into it. I know there's gonna be a fight somewhere between The Rock, John Cena, and Dom.
Oh God!
Either fighting somebody or fighting each other or something like that. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
I was talking to my friend about like all these wrestlers in pretty much movies now.
They need Dave Bautista.
Yeah, that too, and he's doing really well where the direction that he's going. But I feel like Vin Diesel would have been a really good wrestler.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I'm surprised he didn't go down that path. Like
with the whole car theme and him being a mechanic. Like no.
Please no.
I think he would have like took WWE by storm. I think he probably would have like
because a lot of wrestlers are actors anyway.
Exactly.
Like they're actors and athletes. It's the intersection of those two things. So with a good enough gimmick and him being able to like flex that as a wrestler,
it would have been really cool. I mean, it's weird because I kind of see the movies and I think I kind of put him in the wrestler category.
Well, he fights like a wrestler.
Yeah,
also,
exactly. Like the way he fights. And all that. And then he gets all these WWE stars, John Cena, The Rock.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess, Dave Bautista's missing.
Didn't they have, what's his name? Eastwood? Didn't they have Scott Eastwood in one of the Fast movies?
I'm not sure.
And everyone thought that he was going to, like, replace Brian. Like, he was going to join the team and be, like, the new Brian.
Oh, no.
I feel like Fate of the Furious had Scott Eastwood and, like, they just had him and they were like, nah. we're not going to continue with this character.
Yeah, he was in that movie.
Yeah, he was, right? In Fate of the Furious?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just didn't really work. So
Yeah.
I think Fast 10 is going to be Endgame. Fast 10 is going to be Endgame. They're going to bring every single possible person that is alive.
Even
or
the guy
that,
that's
or
in
that-
jail in Miami.
Everybody. They're bringing everybody together to.
You talking
have
about the
this-
next one?
Yeah, for Fast 10.
I think they're gonna bring back Gal Gadot.
I think so too.
Nah,
We didn't see a body.
She's just got left on the runway.
She
I'm
talked
pretty
about.
sure.
They talked. Well, also they did.
We didn't see a body. Mr. Nobody just came up after and was like, all right, I'm going to need you.
I'm gonna need this body.
Or Cypher.
Or Cypher.
One
you know?
of the two. You never know. Because I mean, even Mr. Nobody.
But they didn't have a.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive. We didn't see a body for him.
We didn't see a body for him.
Yeah.
Nope. And he's going to pop up. Like, it's going to be that moment. We're going to get the end game moment. That's what they're going for, where Cap says Avengers Assemble. Like, it's going to be Vin Diesel saying, family, assemble.
Family forever.
And they're all going to just, like, pull up in their cars. Everyone's going to come in, like, some crazy-ass car that you're going to be like, yo. And all these new vehicles that aren't going to be coming out yet until like 2024. You're going to see Elon Musk. He's going to pull up in his new Tesla.
They're going to call the next.
Cybertruck.
They're going to call the next one the Vinfinity War.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
See what happens when you put me down. You encourage him.
Yeah, I know, right? I got to watch him too
way to
now.
go.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
no.
But yeah, no, I think that that's really gonna happen, and I'm here for it. Like, I think it's gonna be amazing. They're
Yeah.
gonna have the perfect song for it. They're gonna have everybody pull up in the right way. All the tech is gonna be there, and it's gonna be just one last huge set piece. Paul Walker is going to pull up. Like, they are
That's
gonna
so
have Brian
tough.
O'Connor. I know it's gonna be tough.
So
I know
tough.
that.
I mean,
it's
it's
hard
not
to
too
figure
tough
out
'cause
whether
they-
it's going to be respectful or not, but he's going to be there. There's just no way
well,
that
the
they're not
thing
gonna
is,
do it.
like, at the end, he showed up. I guess. Well, his car showed up.
His car
Yeah.
showed up.
So that was kind of cool.
And
to
his
see
original-
That was
I
cool.
like,
And,
I
and his
appreciate it.
original car at that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
No, the
That
one
is
from
nice.
4. Because his original car was silver into the blue in Too Fast, Too Furious. But in 4, he got the blue Skyline that he loved that they took from the police impound, which
Yeah.
was another crazy thing that they did with that. But
Yeah.
I think that they're going to show him. Like, they may digitize him. I don't think he'll be in the whole movie.
They'll probably do the same thing with his brother.
They may just do
Right.
like the tint, and like a small voice over of like that he recorded a while ago that he doesn't
Yeah.
need to like continue talking throughout, but his car is going to be doing a lot of the stunts and he'll just have like super tinted windows, and that's how we're going to get
They
it.
should have Zack Schneider do the last one.
Oh
Just
my
fun.
god. Not the
I
Snyder.
feel like he's pretty good with
If you have Zack Snyder do the last
digitizing
one,
people
you're
out
gonna
of
see.
movies. And
I mean,
stuff.
that is true. If you have Zack Snyder, it's gonna be like
It's just
all
something.
pale, like the pale,
Pale, oh
coloring,
gosh.
like it'll just
literally Justice League. Like,
slow mos of them drifting, and oh man, it would be insane.
Yeah. No.
Well, one great thing has come out of Fast 9.
Which
Cardi
is
B?
What?
No, not
Oh
Cardi B.
yeah, Cardi B. Remember, they have to have a musician that
That's
pops
what
in
I
every
said.
time. Yeah.
I did not know how she was gonna pop into the movie because I saw she was gonna be. I was like, oh,
She
this
takes
is
off
gonna
her
be
helmet.
Terrible.
Meow.
I was, and the way they showed her, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is nice. This is a little part.
Skywalker, what a treat! Wow.
I forgot she was in the movie until she took off her helmet.
Yeah, I was wondering
For all
what the
things you did
setup
for me
was
in the
going to be.
Kia.
And it was cool how they kind of tied her into Fast 5. She was talking about, because she was from Brazil. She was talking about how, like, yeah, I got raised by some dude that Dom helped. And he pretty much raised Cardi B. So now, like, she owed Dom a favor, I guess. And that was the favor or something. So it was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's cool. They're just
I
kind
mean,
of.
she's going to pop back up in Fast. I'm telling you,
yeah, she might.
every single person.
It's going to be like what Too Fast, Too Furious was, but crack.
Yes, out of
Yeah.
control. It's going to be out of control.
'Cause, I
Shout out
mean-
John Singleton.
They're going to go all over the world. Like, it's going to be an all over the world type
Women
of
all over the
situation.
world.
Yeah.
The groups are going to be split up, and because there's just too many people to
Yeah,
have. So, like,
yeah. I mean,
gonna
they're
have
kind
it
of
split
already
up.
doing that with Fast 9. They went to Germany, Tokyo. I think they went to South America.
They went to some places that I haven't even heard of.
They went
before.
to Russia. Yeah, I know. That's what I like about it. They really went international, and they didn't go with like the generic, countries. And yeah, they're really paving their own way with this movie.
Now they got magnets. And that's the ultimate weapon if you're in
magnets.
They got super
What's
magnets.
next?
Well,
No, I know what's next. They're gonna form Voltron.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna
It'll be
drive
Transformers.
Voltron?
No, it's gonna be Transformers.
Are they gonna get
have
Bumblebee?
They're gonna have a
Oh,
Transformer
gosh.
car for sure.
Oh gosh,
I can see that.
it is Universal.
I
With
can see it. I can see it
Tyrese
do
on
it.
the mic.
Oh hell no!
No, they're gonna form like Voltron. I can see that.
I could
I'm
see that.
upset because it's probably gonna happen.
It's gonna be ridiculous, but yeah, they're gonna make that happen.
Well, like I was saying, a good thing that's come out of
Yeah,
Fast
go for
9 has been the memes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
memes. The
Tons.
memes are so crazy.
memes-
Out of hand.
Tons of memes.
Hey guys, what do Vin Diesel and Olive Garden have in common?
What?
When you're here, your family.
Is that their
I should
slogan?
have saw that
slogan.
one coming.
I didn't know that was their slogan.
They haven't used it in a long time,
Yeah.
but it used to be their slogan. They probably have
Vin Diesel was
changed it.
like, you can't use that.
Vin
anymore."
Diesel or Vin Renewable Energy?
Vin-
Am I right?
Come on, fam, hit the things. This is crazy. Why are we letting this guy say this stuff?
At the same time, this is the internet creating this stuff. The internet. I've seen Endgame. I've seen him rescue Mufasa. I've seen him fight alongside Harry Potter to fight Voldemort. It is insanely like, how are you guys thinking about this stuff?
The internet is undefeated.
I've seen him as fight alongside Invincible. I've seen him point a shotgun at
Macaulay Culkin?
Macaulay Culkin.
When he's like, I don't want a family. Families suck. And he's like, wait a minute.
So like, I mean, people are really good, with references to stuff, and I feel like the memes helped the movie a little bit,
Well, yeah, because
without
the
them even
movies are
trying.
taking it seriously anymore.
Yeah.
Like they realize if you can find that blend of your movie being serious when it needs to be and then making fun of itself when it needs to be, and you just let the internet do the rest with the memes, like it's all good publicity, Like, and then
I mean, I wouldn't even see it as bad publicity. Like,
Oh, pub is good pub.
yeah. I mean, sometimes there's some bad stuff, but then with memes, it's like memes help everything.
Well, some studios like to control that kind of stuff. They just don't like people making fun of something that they like put blood, sweat, and tears into.
But
like,
at this point, since they're
when you
poking themselves with a
understand it-
stick.
exactly. So they're just kind of like, well, like let it go. If that increases the longevity of it being talked about, that's where you're going to get the money, and impressions and all that kind of stuff all matter now with other companies. Like we're helping them get a bag because we're memeing, like everything that he's doing. And now that even affects the script. That affects like the shots that you get. Like if you're a savvy enough director, sometimes you don't, but sometimes like, okay, this is going to be, this is memeable right here.
Hey guys, where does Vin Diesel shop?
Where?
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar.
I understood that reference.
That's a good one. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Great.
Overall, the universe is going strong, superhuman strong, pretty
Super
much.
strong.
But what do you guys give the movie a rating?
I give it like a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little generous. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Give it a fast 5.
Fast 5. That was pretty fast. I mean, yeah, like it still had really ridiculous. Like at the end, I feel like they were trying to jam so much ridiculous stuff. I was like, oh
They
gosh.
went to the International Space Station.
Yeah,
fam.
I know.
Like,
It
come on.
duct tape.
Is that a Pontiac Fiero? Fucking
Yeah.
candy wrappers all over the car. Like,
insane.
Yeah,
It's
so
insane.
yeah, I mean, I think at the end, like, because in the beginning of the movie, I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the remake of that bridge race. Where Dom and Paul Walker or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brian O'Connor raced, and
Yeah.
it was pretty much the same thing. Like
Yeah.
too soon, and then
Mhm.
he hits his nos and he wins. So I was like, oh, that's like a perfect callback to the first
Yeah.
one.
And it made sense with like why we haven't heard anything about. Yeah. Well, it's the only explanation we were gonna get. Like, you know, as far as
which is cool.
not having
because
the little brother around.
It was kind of mentioned, not the brother, but the dad. You know, like how his dad died.
It was great being able to see that.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And that Vin Diesel and that I don't know why I forgot his name. Vin Diesel's character, whatever. Toretto, pretty much bashing somebody's face, and they're like, "Oh, he bashed somebody's face," in. And then we see it. You know, so that was a cool tie-in.
I thought that was really cool. I thought it was dope that they showed the reaction of the Tokyo Drift character seeing Han again.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a nice, like they could have easily like missed that and just had them all together and be like, wait, that. Yeah, I thought that they were gonna miss it, but then when they actually emphasized it a little bit, I was like, that's really dope. Like, okay, cool, you know, because he was traumatized. Like his homie just exploded right in front of him, and like if you go back to that movie and like he thought everything was over, and that girl, you know, we don't know, you know what happened with.
So fun.
That is true.
With the girl that he was into, so
she was a really good fighter. I liked her fighting sequences and all her scenes.
Oh, the daughter that you're talking about,
Han's like stepdaughter,
yeah,
adopted.
I was talking about the girl that Lucas Black's character.
You're talking about
Neela. Yeah,
Neela, her name is Natalie Kelly. It's the actress.
Yeah, you know
she's 36.
She wasn't in Germany. How does she look? And I say that just as far as like, is she like look like her character still, where they can cast her again?
Let me see.
Because they're probably going to bring her into it as well.
So yeah, I mean, there is like those little things.
DK is going to be in it. Watch, I'm telling you, they're bringing every single person.
They missed their opportunity when they're in Tokyo to show a drift race.
Oh, she definitely.
I was so waiting for a drift race. I was like, "Oh, Tokyo, let's get this."
Yeah, it would have been great to see that.
They missed. They totally missed opportunity. They probably filmed
they wanted it to be so serious with like them finding Han.
She still looks
again.
like herself.
Yeah,
I mean, the only race was that. The flashback with Dom and his brother.
Yeah, so you know, I don't know if they're gonna do races again until the kids of either Toretto's kid and Brian O'Connor's kids until they start growing up.
Maybe Fast 10. Though we'll get a few.
I don't think we're even gonna get it in that. I think that they're gonna continue this whole spy thing, and then the kids are gonna be the new like regular racers. So we'll get another Fast and Furious type movie, but with them as you know, being younger or whatever. But
that's true.
There was another thing that I wanted to mention about Fast 9 and something that they addressed. Oh, they kind of alluded to Toretto's brother not being his full brother. You know, I noticed that Cypher said something about like Nordic, like they talked about his chin or something like that his chin was like different.
Well, she said that you guys have a very something like noticeable like chin line or something. Right. I think she was just trying to reference eventually like Genghis Khan. And then she talked about Genghis Khan's little brother. And she's like, "Oh, you don't know him?" Yeah, nobody does. Pretty much. I think she was just trying to poke at him.
I feel like that she knows information because she was like, I know everything about you.
She's like, I know your second grade report card. I was like, damn.
And I think that Dom's, because like what would ruin, you know, family, like if Dom found out that like his dad stepped out on his mom and
would it
like
though?
the kid.
I feel like they've already been
like
through
they
a
had
lot.
they had like another one where he's not actually like Dom's.
It's too late to be with the sentimental shit.
Family is family.
They need big missions.
I don't know. They're gonna have to, you know, do something for Fast 10. What's more sentimental than that?
They need to erase Thanos.
They're gonna bring in Josh Brolin or what?
I wouldn't be surprised, man. That's the only thing that I could think of. Like, what big name actor do you think that is left that they can bring into Fast 10 that can be that villain with Charlize Theron?
Glenn Close.
Villain.
Who can they bring in? I would have said Idris Elba if he wasn't already, you know, used in Hobbs and Shaw, but I was trying to think of like who they. I'm thinking like maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh God.
Maybe
Sylvester.
Mike Tyson.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What?
I don't know. That one's a tough one.
I'm just throwing names out right now, but like I'm thinking
of the
like,
most famous people we can.
Yeah,
Kanye.
Like, no, bro.
Jay-Z.
Come on now.
I'd say Cardi B, but She was already in the universe.
I feel like Elon Musk would be hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Elon Musk has been in multiple Marvel movies, so I don't see like.
Well, he's in the Marvel universe, like as Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista, most likely, if they're gonna stick with the wrestlers.
Yeah, they could bring Dave Bautista.
Or they might do like, I know.
Undertaker.
No. No, man.
Big Show.
Bruce Willis.
Oh my
Calling
God.
it now.
Yeah,
It's
he
gonna be
could be a
Bruce
villain.
Willis.
There was a movie that I just saw where he was the villain. I totally forgot.
Or
the
Tom
movie.
Cruise. Tom Cruise as the
Might
villain.
as well bring
would
the
be
Mission
crazy.
Impossible star into Fast
Yeah, it's
Universe.
kinda
That'd be crazy to
kinda
have
hard.
Tom Cruise as the villain.
You did
That would
say
be
it's kind of like Mission Impossible.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So if
Leonardo
any of the names that I
DiCaprio.
named- oh my goodness! If he's wasting his
Get Keanu
talents,
Reeves on the phone, please.
Not Keanu.
if Keanu, I'd be down.
As a villain,
An
that could work.
That's an automatic. Like I'm there
That
to
could
see
work,
that, even
yeah.
if it's ridiculous.
Everybody's
I'm
there.
gonna go see Keanu Reeves.
John Wick. No, not Keanu. John Wick.
Actually, John Wick. Okay, so my top three are probably Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, and Bruce Willis. Those are the three that I'm selecting.
We'll see.
So
we'll
see.
come back. We'll
See
save
how-
the clip.
how- in a couple years or so.
'Cause whenever it comes out, it's gonna come out the next time Tyler the Creator drops an album. Though.
You're damn right.
In 2 years.
Well, it's gonna be about 45 days apart.
That's hilarious.
So, is there anything else that you guys want to touch on for the future Fast franchise, or just anything Fast?
Just want more cars, man. Give me some more races.
I want some races.
I want
and-
another Ludacris song.
Is Ludacris still making music?
I don't know, but I want
Yeah.
another one.
He's
Yeah.
still making music.
Balloons.
Act a Fool was that's classic, bro. That's a classic song.
Yeah.
He also
No,
did the Austin Powers song. Dun dun.
Yeah, another
dun,
classic
dun,
song.
dun.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Fast
Yeah,
franchise.
just give me more races. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have like it's okay to dedicate 20 minutes of the movie to a race.
Yes.
There's only
Like,
one race.
It's all right.
A really cool race.
Yeah.
The human race.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we're getting out of here.
No, wait, before we go, someone just dropped a project.
Yes.
Oh snap.
Yes. We talked about it in the last episode.
We
It
alluded
is
to
now out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah,
Yay.
finally.
Polaris is now out.
Congrats. Give yourself a round of applause, Skywalker.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
do that.
Skywalker
Ladies
Mike
and
dropped his
gentlemen,
first project. Hey.
Soundflick podcast listeners, go listen to Polaris by Skywalker Mike. Available
Yeah.
on all DSPs now.
Available.
Skywalker, how's it going? How's
Yeah,
it?
man. Talk to us a little
Yeah.
bit about your process of putting that project together.
Yeah. It's I guess it just it's super organic, really. You know, like I didn't really think like, oh, I want to put out this, you know, I don't know. It's really just R&B vibes and just soul. You know, I just came across like some samples and then I just started playing with stuff that I really like, just experimenting really. And I kind of was doing these tracks in mind of other artists. Like, oh, I would want this person on this track, or like, oh, this person would be cool on this track. But I was just like, man, I'm really just starting out. Like, I can't just go up to people and be like, get on this song. Because some people are going to be like, cool, you know, if I really know them. But the people that I really want on these tracks, like, I'm not going to be able to really get them because I don't really have anything out. So I was like, you know what, let me just save these and I'll see what I do with them. And I was kind of working on another project and I was like, you know what, this one's going to take a while. So let me try to see what I can put out before then. And then that's when I just started to get the idea for Polaris. I don't even remember the moment when I decided to call it Polaris, but like I said, everything just started to come just so natural.
Well, one thing I noticed, like, I just loved your rollout for the whole project, and like, it fits with your brand, you know, as Skywalker Mike. I feel like it's starting to come in. We've always talked about your sci-fi movies here and the things that you enjoy in space, and then like to have
your
Polaris
camping
come
trips
out, and it just kind of all fits, and it's dope because you know, you do the graphics for this pod and you do graphics for other artists as well and design for them. So you get to design for yourself. And I think that
that was the fun part.
Yeah, it's like you have like the full autonomy over that, like of just like, I produce this, I design this, and I'm putting it out and mixing it and making it all fire. and like your type of photography and the colors that you decide to choose all make sense with the project, and it's just really cool to see. So I really liked how it all came out, and I'm listening to Polaris, and it's fire, bro.
Yeah, I just really wanted to make something that complemented myself, and that I guess, just got people like, all right, this is who he is, or this is the sound that, because I mean, like you said, I really love the space vibes. And I feel like even, with this project and everything that I've really been working on, like I kind of add like some type of space vibe to it. I don't know why. It's just something that I'm attracted to, and it fits, and I it makes everything sound really like ambient and spacey, and like you're actually out there floating in space trying to find your way.
Yeah, this is the way I kind of view it. You like going to the desert. You know what else is in the desert? Area 51. You know what's that? Area 51? Aliens. You know where aliens are from? Space.
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole journey, really. The whole project is just a journey. Like I mentioned in the last episode, Polaris is the North Star, and if you're ever lost and you don't know where you're going, you look up and you just happen to see the brightest star in the sky. You go that way, and that's true north, and you can find your way from around there. But really, it's just I guess the north, just trying to find my own North Star, trying to find my own path, my own way, and trying to establish that so that way I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like the story with the whole project, and it's literally that, me just sitting in my room trying to be like, all right, what am I going to do with this? Am I just going to release stuff by myself? Am I going to sell beats, or do I want to work with people?
Yeah.
Do I want to do this for a long time? Is this something temporary? But it's really something I've always wanted to do since high school.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to make my own beats so that way I can rap over them. Dope. But I guess I've kind of moved on from trying to rap. I probably might touch back onto it once or twice, but
man, you can.
Are you gonna grab the Skywalker mic?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
That's a bar.
But really, like, what I want to do is just like curate music for other people, or just kind of create my own soundtracks for.
I think why people gravitate towards it so much though is that you're really just doing it to, like, I don't want to say impress yourself. You're just like fulfilling what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, I have impressed myself, to be honest. Like,
so you feel like this is like some of your best work that you've done?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with all the artwork intertwined with it,
right.
and, trying to make it come to life with merch and with listening sessions and pins and, just different things. Like, that's just something I've always wanted to do. Because, I mean, I've worked on projects, like I said, I've done music, rap, but it's never really been anything original. Like, the art has been there, that's been original, but 100%, like, this is finally,
all you.
like, just me.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah.
For
it's
real.
definitely a milestone, which is Polaris. Like, I feel like I've found my path, and that's what this project is.
Hey.
Hard.
Found my footing.
This is the first, but this will not be the last. And I know that you will be scoring a sci-fi movie sometime in your life, and we're gonna look back on, like, remember when he dropped Polaris? And when you're accepting your
Tyrese
Oscar
in Fast 10, Tyrese is gonna be
Oscar
in space to a Skywalker beat.
Exactly.
Pontiac Fiero.
Put the Pontiac Fiero in there.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but I'm really excited to have it out. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you guys can check out Polaris on all streaming platforms. Make sure and run those streams up and support our guy, Skywalker Mike. He'll be spinning and performing near you just as things are opening up and everybody's getting back outside. So it's great for the community. Shout out to IE. And shout out you, man, Skywalker Mike.
Yeah, shout out y'all in general for even just messing, like, just always, like, listening to us on Soundflick, or just listening to our music or anything that we do. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, go ahead and go check out Fast 9 in theaters, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Family.
Bye.
Bye, family.